All right, so second workout of the fifth week of the fall cut, and we will start with the Bible verse of the day. So today's verse comes from Matthew chapter 4, verse 4. But he answered, "It is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God." So, to keep it simple, we have to do, what the Lord tells us to do here on earth, and that is to do things the right way, do things with love, do things with care. Um, Stay away from, pursuing and going with, the norms of the world. And what I mean by that is, not just doing things in life to satisfy ourselves and to satisfy other people, but to most importantly satisfy and please God. And to keep it brief, man, we have to live for God. We have to keep that the main priority. And if we don't, then we're not going to get the most out of life that we possibly can. There's so many topics that I can branch off into of the best ways to approach life. And I don't mean to say that in a way that makes it seem that I'm perfect, because I'm not. Nobody is on earth. Not a single person. Everybody has their struggles. Everybody has their battles. But God calls us to embrace those battles, to embrace those struggles, to only make us better and to grow us closer to Him. So, workout-wise, nothing different really. Same routine as always on Wednesdays. So we'll hit chest. Same routine. The only things that change are with progressive overload. So it's either we're doing more weight on a movement or we're getting more reps. So other than that, man, nothing really changes. But since I showed you guys the warm-up routine for my quad focus leg day, I'm going to be showing you guys the rest of the warm-ups for my lifts. So I will post the full warm-up and cool-down routine for my chest days, so you guys can hopefully implement some of the warm-up movements, mobility exercises, just the order of which I do things. You guys can hopefully implement those into your routine. If you don't have a routine at all, this can help you get started with that, and then I kind of just critique it, form it, develop it, to whatever works best for you, whatever you want to do. But just want to post it to help you guys, to guide you guys, for really one of the most important parts of training, especially as a bodybuilder, natural or enhanced. You cannot neglect warming up properly, getting your body prepared to work out very, very hard. And you can't neglect the cool down either. You have to settle your body back down and take care of the muscles that you've worked, secondary muscles as well, to recover and to start the recovery process as best as possible. So I'll post those later today, but let's get in there and get things going. All right, so we'll start with the incline Smith press as always. So we'll do one warm-up set and then one top set to failure within that 5 to 9 rep range. And this week, working with the same weight as last week, and we got the same number of reps, which is going to happen on the cut as opposed to being on the bulk. Like I said, we're not going to progress as frequently, so this is going to happen. But the main thing is we're not going to drop the weight. We're going to keep the intensity as high as possible and really focus on that. All right, so our second movement and second compound movement of today's lift will as always be the incline dumbbell press. So we'll do just one warm-up set and then 2 top sets to failure, again within that 5 to 9 rep range. So working with the 100-pound dumbbells again, and we actually did get another rep here on the first top set. So making the rep progressions that we need to make and keeping the intensity the main factor as always. So typically with these, I don't have the bench on um, too low of an incline or too high of an incline, if that makes sense. So what I mean by that is, you don't want the bench like on the first incline or second incline setting. I think I have it on the third or fourth one. Most benches are different. Some might have more settings, some might have fewer, but I like to have it at about a 30-degree incline. Um, Pretty sure that's the number that it's around. But that's typically what I've been doing during my chest routine is the 30-degree incline with the bench, and then I'll raise the front part of the bench up a little bit so it just is more comfortable that way, and helps us um, lift the dumbbells up off of our legs for that first rep. Makes it a lot smoother, makes it better. So that would be my suggestion going forward is the 30-degree incline if I were you guys. All right, so next movement is going to be the Mike O'Hearn style over-exaggerated dumbbell flies. So we're working with the 60-pound dumbbells again this week and just looking to get more reps, which we did. So we'll be able to jump up in weight to the 65s next week. So looking forward to that. Again, making the progressions we need to. And even if, like with the incline Smith press, we get the same number of reps, if that last rep was better, if the form was better, as long as we're going to failure, that is really, the main focus, is really keeping the intensity as high as possible, keeping that the main priority with this training style. So that's to be expected on the cut. It's gonna happen. You have to just put your head down and keep working and just push as hard as you can, 110%. So with the incline dumbbell flies, we'll go with one warm-up set and then just one top set to failure, again within that 5 to 9 rep range, finishing with partial reps. So final movement for chest is going to be the flat machine press. This is what I like to use for my finisher. It's definitely going to give us that pump at the end, which isn't essential, but is always good to have. But nonetheless, we'll do one warm-up set and then one top set to failure within that 5 to 9 rep range, finishing with partials, and then immediately following that, one drop set within that 5 to 9 rep range, finishing with partials again. I don't do a ton of, top set and into a drop set. If anything, I always do that to finish a certain workout. I'll do that with legs, I'll do that with chest, and I'll also do it with, yeah, that's it. I'll just do it with chest and legs. That's been my routine, personal preference. You could do it with every workout. You could just do it with some. You don't have to do it with any. That's just been my routine, and I've been consistent enough to stick with that, and it's just what works for me. So that's what I do for chest and for legs, is finishing with that drop set. But yeah, all in all, pretty good workout so far. We're going to finish with our first time doing our core bias movement of the week. So that'll be some ab crunches. So we'll finish the workout with our first time doing our core bias movement, which will be the crunches here on the Nautilus machine. So working with the same weight as the last couple times we did this, and just looking to get more reps, which we did. And yeah, the main thing with core, with training your core, if you're going to train it on just a day where you do cardio, or just around the time you do cardio, or if you train it, if you're going to train it with another muscle group, chest, legs, back, shoulders, whatever it is, I would highly suggest doing it at the end. You want to put more focus into your compound movements and just all the movements for that targeted muscle, being chest, legs, shoulders, or back, because you're using your core in pretty much all movements. People don't really realize that. especially compound movements, squats, you're really using your core a lot. That's why I don't do any kind of core bias movement on my leg days. But if I were you guys, I would do your core bias movement last for days that you're training chest, shoulders, back, legs, whatever the case may be. So we'll just do one warm-up set and then one top set to failure within that 15 to 30 rep range, and finishing with partials, of course. So yeah, altogether, pretty good workout, making the progressions we need to, but we got to keep pushing. We got to keep the intensity the main factor, and just remain consistent and just stay on course. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for shoulders and back. God bless.